Since 1877, the Bayadarka Ballet has continued to perform. But it takes hard work and years of training to be able to pull off a performance which continues to sell out. At Moscow's historic Bolshoi theatre, there's no time to think of the conflict which has dominated the airwaves. But internationally, Russian art and artists are increasingly being shunned. Ukraine has removed Russian poet and writer Alexander Pushkin and others from most public spaces. Even scientists and writers like Lomonosov are no longer allowed to be visible. Ukraine wants its allies in the West to boycott Russian culture as well. Moscow calls it a manifestation of discrimination against Russian artists and limiting cultural interaction. In recent weeks, the Foreign Ministry has summoned the Italian and Dutch ambassadors for shunning Russian performers. Upsetting, say Russian artists, but they remain undeterred.
Очень жаль. Вы понимаете, в чем дело?
Cancelling Russian culture, I feel sorry, pity for these people. I can't even understand who could think of cancelling Tchaikovsky. I think these are shallow, narrow-minded politicians who make decisions like that.
From Tolstoy to Tchaikovsky, art and culture has a special place in Russian society. Many countries have cancelled or restricted Russian performances since the invasion of Ukraine. But for those who've dedicated their lives to performing arts, they say it's unfair for them to be dragged into politics.
Russians are also concerned about cultural appropriation. Artist Arkhip Koinji is now labelled as a Ukrainian at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Koinji died in 1910 in the Russian Empire, while Ukraine as a state only existed from 1918. Critics say Russian painter Ivan Ivazovsky, who died in 1900, has recently been made Ukrainian. A star conductor, Valery Gergiev, and prominent pianist Denis Matsuev are no longer performing at New York's famed Carnegie Hall for their pro-Kremlin views. And the Metropolitan Opera pulled popular soprano Anna Natrapka from a run of shows last year for, quote, not demonstrating she had seriously distanced herself from President Vladimir Putin. In Austria, Canada, Switzerland and Poland, soloists and orchestras have faced similar actions. The Royal Opera House's famous Covent Garden banned Bolshoi Ballet's London tour.
From the age of 10, they start at the academy and continue like that for 30, 35 years. Now think about it. Every day, from morning till evening, your work translates into tremendous physical exertion.
Western powers want Russians to distance themselves from their government, but artists who've always relied on patronage and support from the state feel stifled between warring people in power. Osama Javaid, Jazeera, Bolshoi Theatre, Moscow.